Today we're going through the main differences between the Mavic 3 Pro and the new Mavic 4 Pro. Should you actually upgrade? Can you save quite a bit of money by getting the Mavic 3 Pro? Is it actually worth it? An honest opinion, some side-by-side comparisons, going through the differences. Let's get straight into it. So the DJI Mavic 3 Pro was released around about 2 years ago in April 2023. And the Mavic line, this has always been like the hero drone from DJI. So in terms of foldable drones, the Mavic line is going to be the most expensive, but it also has the most features and the best camera. So now we have a brand new DJI Mavic 4 Pro. 2 years later, people have been waiting this for some time. And I do have to say that DJI have literally just thrown everything at this drone. But what about if you already have a Mavic 3 Pro? A lot of you are going to be thinking, should I sell this? Should I upgrade? Should I just keep it? Should I get something else? And that's what I'm going to try and answer in this video. However, as good as the Mavic 3 Pro was when it was first released with the triple lens camera, fantastic optical avoidance system, good features, I've been quite vocal in the aspect that literally a few months later, the DJI Air 3 was released, and a few months after that, the DJI Mini 4 Pro, and both of those drones actually had newer and better intelligent flight features than the Mavic 3 Pro, the hero drone. And we've hardly seen any new firmware updates for the Mavic 3 Pro since it's been released, and that is really disappointing. The Air 3 with the new active track system, the Mini 4 Pro with the new 360 active track, the Air 3S, the Mavic 3 Pro didn't get any of these. It's kind of like being just left in the dark. Now, before we actually get into the spec and features on both of these drones, I'm going to show you some comparisons on the actual camera. Now, if you have a Mavic 3 Pro, the main feature you're going to be interested in is like, is it actually worth to upgrade for the camera quality? So I'm going to show you some photos and videos on the screen comparing the Mavic 3 Pro to the Mavic 4 Pro. Let's take a look. So the Mavic 3 Pro is on the left and the Mavic 4 Pro is on the right hand side, both flying a similar route, real world conditions, so it's not fantastic conditions, it's going to be more real world what you're going to expect if you're going to be getting one of these drones, unless you live in like some paradise island. This is what you're going to be filming in. The Mavic 3 Pro is filming in 5.1K and the Mavic 4 Pro in 6K. Now both show incredible details. These are going to blow the Air 3S, the Mini 4 Pro in terms of actual video quality out of the water, because these have much larger sensors, so a micro four thirds sensor. The difference between this and a Mini 4 Pro is vast when you're actually looking at those original files. Don't forget, all of these videos here that you're going to be seeing, this is after YouTube has compressed it. So it's not going to look anywhere near as good as what it does when I'm looking at it on my computer. Now, even with that compression, the 6K versus 5K, the 6K is going to capture a lot more information, and it does also give you that ability that you can crop afterwards if you need to. But can you actually tell a significant difference with these side-by-side shots from the Mavic 4 Pro to the Mavic 3 Pro? Let me know in the comments. And what I would say is you probably can't tell a massive difference, especially in daylight. Now, on low light, nighttime conditions, the Mavic 4 Pro is going to be a lot better. This is an f2 to f11, whereas on the Mavic 3 Pro, it's an f2.8 to f11. So this having a faster aperture, it's going to be better for low light performance, and it is. Now, both of these drones have telezoom, so they both have a triple lens system. The Mavic 3 Pro has a 70mm f2.8 and a 166mm f3.4. The Mavic 4 Pro, this supports a 70mm f2.8 and a 168mm f2.8. So again, a slightly faster lens and also 2mm more in focal length. Now, both these drones are going to give you awesome compression. I love using especially the 70mm, like the medium tele lens, for getting fantastic compression, making everything just look really vast. It is a great lens to use. But then when you want to get in even closer, you can use that 166 or 168mm lens. So again, side by side, can you actually see a significant difference? I doubt it. In daylight conditions, it's going to be difficult, especially that both of these are going to be now filming in 4K. You can't use 6K or 5.1K when using the tele lenses. One thing to know, for low light nighttime, the Mavic 4 Pro is going to be better when using the 168mm zoom compared to the 166, because this is an f2.8 and this is an f3.4. So you're going to get more light coming into the sensor with the Mavic 4 Pro. And if you like using spotlight mode on your drone for tracking, say, humans or buildings, moving vehicles, Mavic 4 Pro is a lot better. You see, as soon as you use spotlight mode on the Mavic 3 Pro, you can't use 5.1K. You have to use 4K, whereas on the Mavic 4 Pro, it doesn't limit you. You can use the 6K up to 60 FPS when using spotlight mode. So not a massive difference there in terms of daylight, I'm sure you'll agree, but do let me know in the comments down below. You've all got different monitors, TVs. Can you tell a significant difference? For me, looking at it on a YouTube video after I film this, not much, but looking at the original files, I can. The 6K coming out of here just looks absolutely beautiful, really nice and tack sharp, but not too oversaturated and not too like digitally processed. It looks beautiful. Both were filming in D-Log M, and they were both in the H.265 color profile. And low light for videos and photos, much better on the Mavic 4 Pro. The ability that we can use the f2 lens on here is a massive difference. Now, a lot of you professionals will use these drones for aerial photography, so which one's going to be best in this area? So the Mavic 3 Pro is 20 megapixels, the Mavic 4 Pro is 100 megapixel. They're both micro four thirds sensors. The photos coming out of the Mavic 4 Pro are just stunning. Now, you don't have to use 100 megapixel all the time. You can actually drop that down to 25 for more like fast captures. But for those bangers, for those really good like areas, those good landscapes, using 100 megapixel on here, and then you can then crop in even more if you want to. The amount of detail, the quality of these photos, you've got to see it yourself. So if you're using these drones for work, you're making a living off of these drones, and you're doing a lot of aerial photos, the Mavic 4 Pro, much better. But is that going to be enough for you to start thinking, should I get my Mavic 3 Pro now, start getting it all boxed up, ready to sell? Well, maybe not, but what we're going to come on to next is the actual features, the difference, what else you're getting with the Mavic 4 Pro. And I think that's going to change your mind. So filming comparison videos certainly takes a long time, not only flying both drones, but also actually then editing it as well. And a lot of you guys ask me, what do I use for my split screen effects, the titles, pop-ups, information that I show in these videos? And I get it from Motion Array. Basically for video editors, this platform saves you so much time. So for example, if I'm doing a comparison video like this, I've got two drones, I want to show you a split screen effect, I can just drag this effect directly onto the clip, and it will automatically then adjust the framing for me, so I can choose different aspect ratios without me manually having to like move every single clip around. It would take forever. It already takes long enough. And same with titles, animation, and pop-ups. If you did all of that manually, got that text effect, dragged it onto your clip, changed the font, the color, the animation for every single time you did that, it would take so long. And the great thing about this website, you have unlimited access to everything. So you can go on here and you can get different titles, transitions, motion graphics, stock footage, music, sound effects, even photos and AI voiceovers. If you're a video editor, you're making YouTube videos, this website is going to save you so much time, and it's a website I'm using daily. You can sign up for free, you can go and have a browse through all these different templates, and if you use my link, you're going to get an extra $50 off your subscription. Now the Mavic 3 Pro, the gimbal rotates up and down, and that is it. You can't take vertical videos, it's just horizontal, and that's your limit, up and down. Whereas the Mavic 4 Pro, this has a completely new gimbal. This has a 360 infinity gimbal. So you can do various things with this. One of them, you can actually do roll shots now. So for video, if you're doing panning shots, forward shots, reveals, you can actually now get the gimbal to roll left or right, full 360. It is crazy, and I thought it would be a bit gimmicky at first, but I do like doing these shots, doing them now and then, adding them into the video, and it gives a completely different aspect, something which you can't do on the Mavic 3 Pro. Also, something that you can do on here now is take true native vertical video. So you get vertical photos and videos coming out of the Mavic 4 Pro because of this infinity gimbal. At the touch of a button, it will switch to vertical mode. You can take vertical photos and videos for like sharing on Instagram. Again, on here you can't, so you'd have to crop in on all your photos or videos on here to share. So another step they've added on the Mavic 4 Pro. Now I touched on this at the start of the video, that this drone, the Mavic 3 Pro, has OcuSync 3 Plus. Now all the DJI drones for transmission, range, they're all great, but OcuSync 3 Plus, this is worse in terms of transmission than the Air 3, the Mini 4 Pro, the DJI Flip. This Mavic 4 Pro has a new OcuSync 4 Plus transmission. So at the time of recording this, compared to say the Air 3S, the Mini 4 Pro, the Air 3, all the different foldable drones from DJI, I'm sure even like the Inspire. And it also meant because it had OcuSync 3 Plus, you could only use it with a DJI RC controller. You can't even use the Mavic 3 Pro with the new RC2 controller that came with the DJI Air 3, which is quite a while back now, with external antennas. So you really are limited in terms of controller choice. You either use it with the DJI RC controller, which is really old now. It has an old operating system, so it's not fast at like navigating through the menus, or you have to buy the DJI RC Pro controller. So this is a heavy, bulky controller that's also expensive as well, or you could get it in a kit, but if you want to buy this separately, this is not cheap. Whereas if you're using the DJI Mavic 4 Pro, you can actually use it with the DJI RC2 controller. You can get this as a kit, but it also supports the new DJI RC2 Pro controller. And this controller is completely nuts. So it has external antennas on it, but it has this massive like tablet-like screen that you fold up. The flight sticks are all integrated and the screen just folds in, and you can fold it out and you've got this massive screen to view. And another great thing is that because it supports vertical video, you can just rotate that screen so you can actually see all your photos and videos on this screen. And then one other step. So this has 1,000 nits of brightness. The RC2 controller has 700 nits of brightness. And this has 2,000. This controller is just literally everything what we could ask for. Now, what about flight time? Both of these drones have fantastic flight time. The Mavic 4 Pro has 51 minutes of flight time on this completely new redesigned battery. The Mavic 3 Pro, this had 43 minutes. Now, in real world, normal conditions, this translates to around about 35 minutes on the Mavic 3 Pro. I'd say 45 minutes is the average I was getting on the Mavic 4 Pro. But also the Mavic 4 Pro, this supports fast charge. You can get 3 of these batteries, and these will then charge in sequence. So on the Mavic 4 Pro, you can actually charge all 3 batteries in sequence in 90 minutes. That is unheard of. Much faster, nearly double the speed of the Mavic 3 Pro. Now, just here on the front of the right arm of the Mavic 4 Pro, it has a LiDAR sensor along with 6 low light vision sensors. So you can actually fly this in low light and nighttime, and you still have obstacle avoidance because of this LiDAR and low light system. On the Mavic 3 Pro, as soon as you fly this during low light, the sensors don't work, which means you don't have any obstacle avoidance whatsoever. This also has a fantastic return to home system, like what we saw on the DJI Air 3S. It's constantly tracking its location, so it can actually return to you in the most obscure, unusual places, including at nighttime, without any problem whatsoever. On here, it uses the old return to home system, so it literally just goes up, goes back to a preset height, and flies to you and lands. Whereas on here, it can actually go around things and actually knows exactly where you are. So the actual return to home, the safety features, LiDAR, obstacle avoidance, this is again much better. The Mavic 4 Pro has freeform panorama photos. We saw this on the Air 3S. So for doing panel photos, much better. Now I really do enjoy doing tracking shots, either for humans, for tracking you when you're in a car, moving vehicles. I think it's a really good perspective. You can actually get close and far shots. I think it looks great. Now, neither of these drones are bad, but the Mavic 3 Pro uses the older system, like 2 years old now, and it's never been updated. So it actually tracks you at a fixed distance, and you can actually choose certain angles you want the drone to track you from, and it does a decent job. But the Mavic 4 Pro, it's just no contest. So this has the same tracking system as the DJI Air 3S. So you have this clock face on the screen. You can choose anywhere on that clock face where you want the drone to track you from. But the best thing is that you can actually get this to track you from close up, or you can actually have it further away. Something you can't do on the Mavic 3 Pro, it was just one fixed distance. So in terms of actually tracking, I would say it is really similar to the DJI Air 3S. But it has one extra feature as well. So when you're actually tracking your home point is changing all the time. So as soon as you actually start tracking in a vehicle, for instance, the drone thinks the home point could be like 2 miles back from where you started. On the Mavic 4 Pro, this now has finally dynamic home point. So on here, you can actually go onto the controller and select dynamic home point, which means that the home point is going to constantly keep updating itself to the controller's location. You don't have to press anything else. You just press it once when you start tracking. I've been after this for years now, and we finally have it on the Mavic 4 Pro. So if you're tracking yourself cycling, running, in a car, you don't want to actually keep updating that home point, you can do that now on the Mavic 4 Pro. And I could go on and on. DJI really have thrown loads of intelligent flight features at the Mavic 4 Pro. The list is massive. So you're getting the very latest intelligent flight features on here. You're getting the best in terms of video quality with 6K, fantastic obstacle avoidance system. The new RC Pro 2 controller is great. So is it worth an upgrade? I would say it is. If you have the Mavic 3 Pro, now is a great time to sell it. Get it sold while it still has decent value, good returns. This has literally just come out and it is really hard to get hold of. So you can get a decent price for this. Now, if you're making money from your photos and videos, these are great options. If not, consider the DJI Air 3S. That is a fantastic drone, great features, and it also has a 17mm lens for getting those great compression shots. So let me know in the comments, would you upgrade from the Mavic 3 Pro to the Mavic 4 Pro? Is it worth it for you? Do you have any more questions on the Mavic 4 Pro? Do let me know in the comments down below. I'll try and feedback to as many of you as possible. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, because so many videos coming really soon. And one of them, what about that DJI Air 3S or the Mavic 4 Pro? Which one should you get? This is a lot more expensive. So what about a comparison? I'm going to show you that really soon. So subscribe so you don't miss out. See you in the next one.